Okay, we're going to talk advanced compliance rhythms. All right. I had a student today who was asking me about the frequency of sending text messages. Okay, and he lacked a basic understanding that I'm going to lay out here. And once you guys understand this, I think it'll give you a lot more control of how to know where you're at in an interaction with a girl, whether it's through text or in person, and then really have a solid grasp of what you can do to get the next logistical hard step. Okay, so this is what guys need to understand. There is a particular emotional rhythm at play in interactions. Okay, most of you guys are like, no, there's not, nothing's happening. Well, yeah, but you created that lack of emotional momentum. Okay, it's there, it's just dead. Okay, the idea is that you build emotions that create momentum, and once you have this emotional momentum, then you go for the next logistical hard step. Okay, so for instance, he was asking specifically about text game. He's like, well, how does this whole fucking thing work? Most guys are, sadly enough, it's fucking terrible, they're stuck in this whole paradigm of like, well, tit for tat. She sends me a text, I send her a text. If she doesn't respond, I have to wait for her to send me another text, or at that point they're fucked because they're stuck waiting for a response that they're never going to get, and they think that if they send another one, they're just being needy, okay? In actuality, you want to create momentum, okay? So send the girl 2 or 3 texts. One text might not be enough, but if you send 2 or 3, it creates an actual storyline, okay? And it gets her excited, and then she texts you back. And then you text her back, and you guys create this vibe that it snowballs and creates momentum. Once you have this back and forth going, then you're like, damn it, all right, what are you doing tonight? She's like, oh my God, and because she's in this emotional high point, that's when you get the next level of compliance. Like, you do the date setup for tonight or the date setup for tomorrow night, but you can't do it from a dead standstill. This is the whole compliance. This is how we gain compliance. We create momentum, we create an emotional high point, and then boom, go for the whatever it happens to be at, okay? So for instance, if you're talking to a chick and things are at a low point, it's not the best time at all to ask for a phone number, clearly. Because she's like, well, I don't really necessarily feel like it right now, okay? So that's why you ask for a phone number or get the phone number at a high point. You guys are talking back and forth, you guys are excited. She's like, oh, cool, blah, blah, blah. And she's feeling good. So she's gonna be more open and compliant to take that next step with you when she's feeling good, okay? So you say something, she says something back. You're like, oh yeah, haha, and she gets giggles or whatnot, or you guys form a common bond. And you're like, look, we have to hang out. You like ice cream? Good, give me your number. I'll call you right now, so you have my number too. Boom, done, okay? Same thing with text, same thing with sexual escalation, okay? If you and a girl are talking to each other and you're sitting across the table at each other and you're eating dinner or something, it's boring, okay? There's no momentum there. She's sitting still, you're sitting still. It sucks dick, okay? It doesn't suck dick. Nobody's gonna get their dick sucked at that point, okay? So that's why in person or on a date or when you're starting to get the whole physical escalation thing going, create momentum first, okay? You guys are both gonna be standing up, moving around, shoot some pool. Don't do sitting down dates. They're fucking terrible, okay? They're not fun. I don't know why anybody would do them, okay? The only time I do a sitting down date, which I love to do, is movie theaters. I love watching movies. I know everybody says, don't watch a movie with a chick on a first date. Bullshit, okay? The movie is creating momentum. You're close and chummy and intimate with a chick. It actually works very well, okay? You can use the movie as momentum. Anyway, but yeah, right here, you create momentum, okay? The talk, the fluff, the haha, she's like, ah, and then you're like, hey, we're gonna go do this now, give me your number or whatnot. Or you're on that date, you guys are playing pool, and you've got this whole like chummy thing, she's shooting pool, you mess with her shots or whatnot, or you're just bumping and jostling each other as you're moving around, whatever date type event you're doing. That creates the momentum so that next you can just grab her and pull her in against you, and she's like, okay. That's what I'm talking about here. This is the emotional compliance rhythm that we're always creating, okay? And it's up to you to do that. And if you're like, well, John, this just seems really advanced, I don't know how to do that stuff, that's why you develop verbal skills. That's why you develop conversational skills so that you can do this on your own, okay? Otherwise, strictly speaking, you don't deserve girls. You must be able to do this to be able to deserve a girl's positive attention and compliance. Okay, otherwise you suck and you don't get girls, straight up. Okay, and I've never been one to be sympathetic to a guy that was raised by his mommy to be quiet and just subservient and nice. No, you have to change yourself, you have to improve yourself and become better, and then yeah, girls will be there. Cool, hopefully this helps. Any questions, hit me up, talk soon.